Hello and welcome to this special edition of Goa365's Story Behind the Story. I am Glenn Costa and with me are the members of the GCCI on this issue, pre-budget issue of ours. Now we are going to be discussing our wish list. This is something we do every year. It is this time, the budget time, so as to say, and the budget is going to be announced. The budget is going to be announced on the 24th of this month. So before that, we normally have this discussion, a wish list, what we want for. Now the GCCI has already gone and met the finance minister, who is also the chief minister, and given what they want. So to discuss some of the issues that are imperative for industry to actually flourish, I have a very distinguished panel from the GCCI, starting off with our Senior Director General Sanjay Bab Amarkar. Sanjay Bab, welcome to our show. Rohan Bab Angle from mining, he's the unit head of the Mandovi River Pellets, as well as he's a member of the mining committee of the GCCI. Rohan Bab, welcome to our show. Gaurav Bab Kenkre, chartered accountant, a member of the GCCI taxation committee. Gaurav Bab, welcome to our show. And last but not the least, Damodar Kochkar is the past president of the GSIA, outspoken, opinionated, very knowledgeable. Damodar Bab, welcome to our show. Starting with Sanjay Bab, sang, tumi ata you had gone to meet the chief minister. That's a ritual like Sadache hai. So what exactly you all put up before the finance minister of Goa?
First of all, Glenn Bab, thank you very much for inviting our team here and giving us this opportunity to present what we have presented to the Honorable Chief Minister. So we had gone with a proposal of almost 6 to 7 sectors. What I will do, I will just highlight some of the main points which we had given. Of course, the main thing which we want and everybody wants is no new taxes. So we told CM not to increase taxes. So no increase in existing taxes and also not to impose new taxes. So that is one of the major points which the chamber has put up. What we have requested him that the industry has not come up to that extent after COVID. So then already there is a impact of the recent hike in minimum wages, daily wages. So that has impacted us. And also the industry was promised one nation, one tax to simplify compliance, reduce tax evasion. So these are the reasons behind our presentation to the Honorable CM. So we are also requesting them that the funds which come from the center be utilized properly, and social security schemes, the funds are given actually only to the needy person. And I am happy that government is working on it and removing those unwanted members which are taking advantage of these schemes. So other than that, one more major point what we told the CM was that if you see, 3 new major highways are connecting to Goa shortly. One is the coastal highway, one is the Maharashtra coastal highway. The Goa-Bombay highway is almost ready to completion, and a new highway to Nagpur from Patradev is proposed. So what is going to happen is all the traffic is going to go through the Strait of Goa, which has got only one major highway going, and that highway we are using for domestic purpose also. So we are requesting him now to push for that mass transit system, which can connect airports, which can connect bus stands, so that the load on the main roads will be reduced, and also the dependency on the taxis also will be reduced. So that is one of the demands which we have put. Then we required common infra facilities for industries and industrial estates, like treatment plants which can be put for common thing. Then better raw water and power distribution systems to the industry. Dredging of rivers. We are now looking at hinterland tourism. We are looking at tourism in the backwaters, and this is one of the areas where attention is required for dredging of the rivers. Then there was one more demand, old demand, which is that withdrawal of stamp duty on power of attorney. This is a long standing demand, and CM has told us that he will surely look into it, what best can be done to avoid this. And one more was which Kochkar Bab also will be interested, is a flyover or underpass at Verna Junction. He has said that some work is already in progress.
Just on talking about it yesterday only.
So these are some of the major points. There are more. When you come back to me again, I will.
Yeah, because I want to now one of the very important what do you say, khambe, as they say, of our economy for so many years, even before liberation, has been mining. However, for the past few years, it's like largely what do you say, I don't know, I will ask Rohan Bab to describe where it is. I cannot put it in words, but and we are only reliant on tourism. However, this tourism is facing a lot of I don't know, backlash from locals because of over tourism in certain sectors. Transportation, highways is an issue. So lots of things. So I want to bring in Rohan Bab. Rohan Bab, mining. Now mining was for so long, Goa was known for its mining. Huge amounts of money came in. The miners, even till today, those top mining families are the top business owners in Goa. When is it going to start? I know I'm putting you in on the spot right in the beginning. When is it going to start or what? Like now, because yesterday I think something were auctions, some lots were being auctioned. Is it going to start? When is it going to start? What is the status of mining in Goa?
So Glenn Bob, thank you for calling me. तुम्ही सारखं बोललेलं की मायनिंग वॉज द बॅकबोन.
Yes.
बॅकबोन ऑफ गोवा. इट वॉज कंट्रीब्युटिंग व्हेरी मच टू द GDP ऑफ गोवा. आणि इफ यू गो बॅक स्लाइटली इन द लास्ट year of the mining when it happened before the auction or before the mining was suspended in 2011, government of Goa was earning around 900 crores revenue through royalty, and mining companies were almost revenue was around 22,000 crores. Now post this auction period, post when the Supreme Court revoked the suspensions and all, then the auction thing came up. Now under the auction period there were a lot of regulatory changes have happened. MMDR has been amended, MCR has been amended, and we found that in addition to royalty there is an addition of DMF, which is the District Mineral Fund. There is the addition of NMET, which is National Mineral Exploration Trust, and Goa there is the additional Goa Iron Ore Permanent Fund. Now if you see all these things, total revenue through statutory means to the government of Goa today is around 26.8%. Okay, and the premiums which have gone now for last 11 blocks which are auctioned, the average premium if you take is around 93.45% of the ASP, which means if you add this together, it is 120.25% of ASP is the revenue to the government of Goa.
And you earn 100 rupees on that.
And we are, that's what I am coming to. So if I analyzed the auctions which have gone, because highest premium what has gone is 125.3% and lowest premium is 63.5%. Now if anybody wants to operate a mine today at these premiums, the first thing that is required is there should not be any business interruption. This is the basic thing. So when it is coming, तुमचा क्वेश्चन आशिल्लो की मायनिंग फुल फ्लॅज केन्ना चालू जाता. आज सुद्धा आमी वी आर देयर विथ द फॉर द एक्सप्लोरेशनाचे एक हे आशिल्ले फर्स्ट ट्रांच ऑक्शन वेर सेंट्रल युनियन मिनिस्टर G. Kishan Reddy had come, Goa CM Dr. Pramod Samant तो आशिल्लो, and they have already putting this on the fast track that within 6 months the mining should start in Goa full-fledged.
Will.
Now they have already, there is a statement which have been given that in 6 months time mining will start. Ata basic thing in Goa, there are two things here for mining. Now when we come to the budget also, there are two things in the budget. One is your operational part of the budget, one is your budget outlay. There are infrastructure issues which has to be tackled first. So this needs to be tackled by giving revenue through DMF. Okay, mining corridor is the first and most important.
This mining corridor, how many years I'm hearing this mining corridor?
I think part of the land was acquired when the Goa mining was going on.
Acquired,
yes. So this has to be now built, because that time if I read through some of the papers which are there of last 14-15 years when the mining was there, that there was some participation coming from the mine owner, some from this. Today that is I don't think it is looks possibility. And when I given you this figure of 120.25% ASP, so a portion is going to the government. The government is the biggest beneficiary of mining start today. So anything that is required has to come from the government. And you can put it then through the mine owner, because it is not that only 4-5 mine owners are that way.
Yeah.
There are n number of mine owners, new mine owners have come into the state, and if you see this, mining corridor becomes the first priority for a so the agitation asta chalu aha.
Yeah, because your trucks are going right
Correct.
through villages. People are going to agitate.
So, correct. So those things will these are one time if you want to move out, then that is one thing. Second thing, already Sanjay Baban Sangla ki, and they were already included, that is river navigation. Goa has a very wonderful river network, and their rivers are silted. So you need this to be desilted through dredging. बार्जीस आम्ही पळयतात की जो ट्रिप जी 4 वरान कंप्लीट जावपा जाय, it is taking 7 hours, 8 hours because of the tidal. So all these things, if it is done, then that will have a very good movement of the barges, because lot of things then moves through the waterways rather than the roadways. So that is another thing. Third thing is subsidy or incentive should come for the tippers, because आमचे tippers असे 10-12 टनाचे tippers which are quite old. Now they should get phased out with subsidies, and new environment friendly tippers should come, 25 tonner tippers, replacing those things in a phased manner. This is the thing. These are the basic things that are first required.
Okay, Rohan Baba, I need to go in for a small break. I'll come back to you. Keep watching Goa365. So welcome back. Just before we went for a short break. We were talking to Rohan Bab about mining. Now, Gaurav Bab, as far as the budget ultimately is about figures, it's about money, economy. Now you are the boss of that. Give us what would we need as Goans, what would we need as industry, what would we need as Goan salaried. What would you want? What's your wish list?
Right. So Glenn Bab, thank you for having me, and I think one of the requests of Goa Chamber, the first request was for no new taxes. I think today the fiscal space available with any state government is very limited. With GST taking over a lot of the taxation, you have got a very limited space. If I am not wrong, around 15 to 18 months back, the rates for your stamp duty were already increased.
Yeah.
So I believe there is no more scope to increase again, hopefully. VAT is already at 22%. So again, there also I don't find much leg room. So probably that wish list of Goa Chamber should come true, that you cannot increase any more taxation because it's already at a higher level.
Excise.
State excise, I think that also was recently increased. But if that is the only one which may be there may be some play for them to even look at. But otherwise, there is not much scope to increase taxation. So the only way around this would be to make it more efficient in collection. Where there is leakages, where there are loopholes, where there people are evading the taxation, to a large extent they have already done that. So for example, in VAT they have removed the threshold limit. So even a 1 rupee sale of alcohol require registration, required to pay VAT. And they are mapping the data from the excise department, because you are getting excise license for selling the alcohol. So from there they are tracing out all these unregistered dealers and getting the revenue. So on that front, that is one way where they can try to get in some more revenue, which can then eventually be used everywhere. And secondly, I think if it is very risky to pick a page from Donald Trump's book, but if you look at one page, the Department of Governmental Efficiency,
Musk.
Yes, where a private person is auditing the government functions. So just in 2-3 days back, the social welfare minister declared that 6,000 fake beneficiaries of DDSS have been weeded out, and 13 crores have been recovered. So it is a very good start. If this was headed in a proper direction with some very specialized task force, which gives you a recommendation for all the leakages. Because if you read about the chronicles of the US government, they said that there was a system where you did not even mention why the money is being paid. You could just pay to someone. Now they are fixing that. If the US government can have such big loopholes, I don't know what can be happening at a Indian government level. So if we can get some kind of efficiencies built into the system, then we could definitely have more fiscal space for providing all the other resources. On the taxation front, I think Goa Chamber has also made the request that the VAT dealers are facing some issue regarding input tax credit on discount. It's a long pending issue. There is some litigation going on. The only way out is the government to come or the government comes out with an amendment or something. Even last year we had briefed the CM and he was quite positive about it. So we hope that comes. They have brought in the VAT amnesty scheme, which was requested, which is coming.
That I think is a good thing.
Yes. So we are looking at good options coming from the budget, and we have to see what finally comes here.
See, ultimately from what I get from you is unless they reduce the tax, there's not much can be done. Because how much can you do? Because we had this discussion, I don't know if you remember Sanjay Bab, because premium single malts are cheaper in Delhi than in Goa. How much more you going to increase? You want the old monks to that type of tourism, or you want that ultimately has to be decided. So reduction of tax and more efficient.
The reduction of tax, they could look at a study where they can analyze, if I reduce X percentage, my revenue may actually go up because
Net
of more
will go
consumption
up.
and net is going up. So if that kind of analysis is done, then maybe there is some leg room for reducing the actual headline rate but increasing the revenue indirectly.
Yeah, thanks Gaurav. Naudar Bab, now infrastructure, industry, we have you are part of a big industrial this in Goa. There are a lot of industries in Goa who are coming up, but you all do face a lot of problems. What do you want from this government now? I mean, according to you.
See, as far as industrial estates are concerned, infrastructure I would say has improved.
But not all.
Not
sections.
All industrial estates,
sections,
but certain industrial estate it has improved. And why this has increased is not because of government has pumped in money, but IDC got the money out of the auction.
Okay.
So whatever money they got from the auction, we said that when you have this money, you utilize it for the purpose of industrial estate.
And it's happened.
And it has happened because when this new MD came, he went to each and every industrial estate. I was also part of it, and we took down what they actually want. Like some people wanted roads, some people wanted street lights, some people wanted the basic water supply. There was no water supply. Some people wanted fire hydrant. All requirements are not yet done, but basically the direction is there. I think almost 200 crore work is in pipeline.
Okay.
Like most of the road which were getting damaged due to hot mixing and tar, on a trial basis they are trying the white topping, concrete roads, cemented roads. In Pilan they were completed. Verna it is on the way. Kunai also I think is on the way. So this is a trial one. So this will give at least 25 years life for the roads. So we hope that if the quality of road is done properly at this time, then future issues will reduce. Then they may be concentrated only on the fire hydrant. What are the other basic infrastructure requirements?
Electricity issue,
electricity issue is there. Like he also pointed out, when you talk about budget, government should have some surplus funds to spend. Now if you see the figures of the budget, 60 to 65% goes in the salaries.
And interest.
You can
salary and loan repayment.
Loan repayment. Almost that major chunk is going. So I think that instead of struggling with changing the taxation and all, some thought has to be put in how to increase the income of government, because mining is almost not starting the way he has spoken.
6 months.
6 months. That we have been talking from 12 when the mining was closed. Every monsoon we say that next month, at the end of the monsoon, the mining will start. But we'll see when it will start. So you can't rely on that, because if you see the last budget, I think more than 4,000 crore they had shown from the mining.
Which didn't happen.
So basically Goa is dependent on the money which comes from the central government.
Sanjay Bab, now certain issues I wanted to come back to you, as in like transportation. Now transportation, like I think Rohan Bab and I think we've gone in for road transport as well as river transport. Water transport. Now today road transport load is a lot. One, you're talking about the main highways and all that. Now the other roads, the village roads, especially on the coastal belt, the roads are it's so congested because see now if mining is not there, now mining is in a very small scale, it's basically small scale industry at this present moment. So it is tourism. So as of now, whatever the government might say, ultimately tourism is coastal tourism. The other, homestay tourism and all, it's like only the very big politicians and the very big industries and industrialists, the hotel chains can afford. So that transportation also is a very big pain. So how is it, what do you think the government should do to help it to to clear out the loopholes? तुम्ही कलांगूट बीचार पावल्या?
Very much.
5 o'clock, 6 o'clock
Yeah,
in the
it gets
evening
congested.
you should go Baga and all, then you'll really know what is transport issues and waterways. These two things, like how you think the government can help?
No, one
Industry, I am not talking about the
I
local,
want
I
to
am
talk
talking
on
about
that
industry.
point.
the main problem here is the funding. The funding for the highways comes from the central government. With the state highways, the funding comes from the state government. Now, state government already has issues of
Funding.
income. I would say income, because Goa basically is we always call it as a welfare state. The amount of welfare which Goa gives, no other state in Goa, India gives.
Okay, I'll need to take a short break.
Yeah.
Sanjay Bab, I will come back to you first and then now that, because I also have a few
Yeah.
points to put on this particular issue. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, we've just, time has gone, we've just touched the top, I think. So anyway, this is Glenn Costa with the panel from the GCCI discussing on what we want, what we need. Many of these things are very imperative for Goa if industry has to really do well. Keep watching.